Humming the tune of a bygone America, American Graffiti set pieces and iconic characters collectively painted a vivid picture of teenage life in the early 60s. Their experiences, set against the backdrop of classic cars and a timeless soundtrack, all culminated together back in 1973 to ask us the question, where were you in '62? Over 50 years later, we are going to answer the question of where the film's cast members are in 2025. Kurt Henderson was brought to life by a 25-year-old Richard Dreyfuss. An emerging actor from Brooklyn with a background in community theater and television, Dreyfuss became a breakout star through this role. His wandering through the neon-lit streets chasing fleeting moments and a mysterious blonde in a white T-bird became a quiet odyssey of self-realization that, in the end, made him choose to board the plane to college, a symbolic act that captured the hopeful anxiety of a generation. For Dreyfuss, the role was only the beginning. He quickly ascended to leading man status by starring in iconic films like Jaws and winning the Best Actor Academy Award for The Goodbye Girl, yet behind the fame he faced personal challenges, including a long struggle with bipolar disorder which he later spoke about publicly. His career has weathered ups and downs, but it later on found renewed acclaim. As of 2025, Richard is 77 years old, still passionate about acting and civic education. Steve Bolander was portrayed by a 19-year-old Ron Howard. Already a familiar face from his childhood role as Opie on The Andy Griffith Show, Howard used this film to transition into more mature storytelling. As Steve, he represented the confident, pragmatic side of youth. But over the course of one fateful night, Steve's bravado reached a turning point, giving way to emotional vulnerability as he clashed with his girlfriend Lori and started to question the future he thought he wanted. For Ron Howard, the film was also a turning point. Though he would go on to star in Happy Days, his heart was already behind the camera. He directed his first feature film by the end of that decade and steadily climbed the ranks to become one of Hollywood's most respected directors, with hits like Apollo 13, Cinderella Man, and the Oscar-winning A Beautiful Mind. Off-screen, he's lived a steady and grounded life, marrying his high school sweetheart and raising 4 children, including actress Bryce Dallas Howard. Today, at 71, Ron Howard continues to shape the industry as a filmmaker and producer. Next up, we have the poised and perceptive high school sweetheart of the film, Lori Henderson. Portrayed by a 25-year-old Cindy Williams, Lori embodied the internal conflict of a generation caught between traditional expectations and the desire for independence. As Steve's girlfriend, she navigated the emotional turbulence of a relationship facing the uncertainties of post-high school life. Following American Graffiti, Williams achieved widespread fame as Shirley Feeney on the hit sitcom Laverne and Shirley, which aired from 1976 to 1983. Her portrayal of Shirley, alongside Penny Marshall's Laverne, became iconic, and the show was one of the most popular on television during its run. Williams continued to work in film, television, and theater throughout her career, including a Broadway debut in The Drowsy Chaperone in 2007. She also authored the memoir, Shirley, I Jest, in 2015 but would sadly pass away on January 25, 2023, at the age of 75, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that captured the spirit of her era. Up next, we have John Milner, the brooding, grease-stained drag racer that was portrayed by a 27-year-old Paul Lamont. Milner was the embodiment of a bygone era, a lone wolf cruising the streets in his iconic yellow 32 Ford Deuce coupe, with a cigarette pack tucked in his sleeves trying to cling on to the fading glory of his youth. Tough and stoic on the outside, he harbored a deep sense of melancholy and a fear of the inevitable changes time brought. His interactions with the younger crowd revealed a softer side and a longing for connection beyond the superficial thrills of street racing. Following American Graffiti, Lamont continued to build his acting career with notable roles in films like Aloha, Bobby and Rose, Melvin and Howard, and television movies such as The Burning Bed, showcasing his versatility as an actor. Despite these successes, Lamont faced personal and financial challenges in later years, including health issues that limited his ability to work. As of 2025, he is 79 years old and continues to be remembered for his iconic role as John Milner, a character that resonated with audiences as a representation of youthful rebellion and the inevitable passage of time. Carol Morrison, The precocious and spirited 12-year-old was portrayed by Mackenzie Phillips, who was 13 years old at the time of the film's release. Born on November 10, 1959, Phillips was daughter to the Mamas and the Papas lead singer, John Phillips, and actress Susan Adams. Her early exposure to the entertainment industry set the stage for her acting career, with American Graffiti marking her film debut. In the film, Carol's character served as a foil to the older, more jaded John Milner, bringing out a protective and tender side to him. Her youthful exuberance and candidness injected humor and warmth into the narrative, highlighting the innocence and curiosity of adolescence. After the film, Phillips gained fame for her role as Julie Cooper on the sitcom One Day at a Time, becoming a prominent figure in television during the late 70s and early 80s. However, her career was marred by struggles with substance abuse, leading to multiple stints in rehab, impacting her professional life. In her 2009 memoir, High on Arrival, Phillips candidly discussed her battles with addiction and personal traumas, including a controversial revelation about her relationship with her father. In recent years, she has worked as a drug counselor and returned to acting, with roles in shows like Orange is the New Black and the reboot of One Day at a Time. As of 2025, Mackenzie Phillips is 65 years old and continues to use her platform to inspire others through her journey of resilience and redemption. Terry the Toad Fields was the endearingly awkward underdog of the film. He was portrayed by Charles Martin Smith, who was 19 years old when the film was released. His portrayal of Terry, a geeky, eager-to-please teen navigating the complexities of adolescence, resonated with audiences and became a standout in the film, as his character arc was a heartfelt journey of self-discovery. Initially portrayed as socially awkward and desperate for validation, Terry's night took unexpected turns, including a surprising romantic encounter with a bouffant hairstyled blonde. Through these experiences, he gained a newfound confidence, symbolizing the universal teenage quest for acceptance and identity. Following American Graffiti, Smith reprised his role in the 1979 sequel, More American Graffiti, and continued to build a diverse acting portfolio with roles in films like The Buddy Holly Story, Never Cry Wolf, and The Untouchables. Transitioning behind the camera, he directed several films, including Air Bud, Dolphin Tale, and Dolphin Tale 2. Smith's work has been recognized with nominations for awards such as the Genie Award for Best Director and Best Screenplay for The Snow Walker. As of 2025, Charles Martin Smith is 71 years old and continues to contribute to the film industry as both an actor and director. Debbie Dunham, the vivacious, platinum blonde party girl, was portrayed by Candy Clark, who was 26 years old when the film premiered in 1973. Born on June 20, 1947, Clark transitioned from a successful modeling career to acting, making her film debut in John Huston's Fat City, before landing the role of Debbie. Her performance earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress, highlighting her ability to infuse depth into a character that could have easily been a stereotype. In the film, Debbie was more than just a flirtatious presence. She was a symbol of the era's youthful exuberance and the complexities of teenage identity. Her interactions with Terry revealed a compassionate side as she encouraged his confidence and self-worth. Debbie's character also challenged the traditional notions of femininity, embracing her sexuality and independence in a way that was progressive for the early 60s setting of the film. Following the film, Clark continued to build her acting career with roles in films like The Man Who Fell to Earth and Blue Thunder. She also appeared in various television series, including Magnum P.I. and Twin Peaks: The Return. Beyond acting, Clark is engaged in diverse ventures, such as real estate and running a limousine business, demonstrating her multifaceted talents. As of 2025, she is 77 years old and continues to be celebrated for her iconic roles such as Debbie in American Graffiti, often participating in nostalgic events and car shows that honor the film's legacy. Next up we have Bob Falfa, the enigmatic and cocky drag racer that was portrayed by a 31-year-old Harrison Ford. His performance as Falfa, though brief, left a lasting impression and marked the beginning of his collaboration with director George Lucas. In the film, Falfa was the quintessential outsider, a mysterious figure who challenged the established order of the local drag racing scene. His black 1955 Chevrolet and rebellious demeanor set him apart from the other characters, embodying the allure and danger of the unknown. with the confrontation between him and John Milner serving as a pivotal moment in the film, symbolizing the clash between tradition and change. Following American Graffiti, Ford's career skyrocketed with iconic roles such as Han Solo in Star Wars and Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He continued to captivate audiences with performances in films like Blade Runner, The Fugitive, and Air Force One. As of 2025, Ford is 82 years old and remains active in the industry, recently appearing in the Paramount Plus series 1923 and the Apple TV comedy Shrinking. Joe Young, the charismatic leader of the Pharaohs gang, was portrayed by Bo Hopkins, who was 35 years old at the time of the film's release. Born William Malden Hopkins, Bo had a challenging upbringing, including the loss of his adoptive father at a young age. After serving in the U.S. Army, Hopkins pursued acting, studying under German character actress and mentor Uta Hagen, gaining experience in theater before transitioning to film to ultimately land the role of Joe. In the film, Joe Young was both intimidating and humorous, leading the Pharaohs with a mix of authority and mischief. The wild antics he and his gang coerced Kurt into provided comic relief, while also highlighting the social dynamics of the era and adding depth to the film's portrayal of teenage rebellion and the search for identity. Hopkins' performance in American Graffiti led to a prolific career in film and television, with notable roles in The Getaway and Midnight Express. He also appeared in numerous TV series, including Dynasty, Charlie's Angels, and The A-Team. Sadly, Hopkins passed away on May 28, 2022, at the age of 84, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that captured the spirit of American cinema. Wolfman Jack, the legendary radio DJ who provided the iconic soundtrack and narrative voice to the film, appeared as himself at 35. Born Robert Weston Smith on January 21, 1938, Wolfman Jack was already a cultural phenomenon by the early 70s, known for his gravelly voice, wild persona, and groundbreaking influence on rock and roll radio. In the film, Wolfman Jack's energetic DJ patter and eclectic playlist served as a vibrant sonic thread that tied together the various stories and characters, while also transporting viewers back to a time when the radio was the heartbeat of youth culture. His presence represented the power of music as both a personal and collective experience during an era marked by change and rebellion. After American Graffiti, Wolfman Jack became even more famous, appearing in films like The Blues Brothers and continuing his radio career for decades. He was inducted into the National Radio Hall of Fame in 1993 and left a lasting legacy as one of the most influential voices in American broadcasting. Wolfman Jack sadly passed away in 1995 at the age of 57, but his voice and spirit remain immortalized in pop culture. Wendy, Kurt Henderson's ex-girlfriend in the movie, was portrayed by Debbie Celiz, who was 19 years old at the time of the film's release. Celiz's portrayal of Wendy was brief yet impactful, capturing the bittersweet nature of young love and the complexities of adolescence. She served as a catalyst for Kurt's introspection, prompting him to reevaluate his future and the relationships that defined it. Following American Graffiti, Debbie's career remained pretty much neutral, as her contribution to the industry is encapsulated in her performance in this iconic film. As of 2025, Debbie Celiz is 71 years old and continues to be celebrated for her role in American Graffiti and is often participating in discussions that honor the film's enduring impact on popular culture. Bobby Tucker, Wendy's friend who accompanied her during the encounter with Kurt, was portrayed by a 27-year-old Lynn Marie Stewart. Stewart, in a short but memorable appearance, highlighted the supportive yet candid nature of female friendships during adolescence. After American Graffiti, Lynn Marie Stewart's career flourished, particularly through her association with Pee-wee's Playhouse, where she portrayed the character Missy Vaughn, known for her glamorous and flirtatious persona. She also appeared in various other television shows and films such as MASH, Laverne and Shirley, It's Always Sunny in Philly, and The Golden Girls, further cementing her status as a beloved character actress. Lynn Marie Stewart sadly passed away this year on February 21st at the age of 78, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and characters. The Blonde and the T-Bird, was a minor but memorable character played by Suzanne Summers, who was 27 years old at the time of the film's release. Born on October 16, 1946, Summers was at the start of her career during American Graffiti, and though her role in the film was small, her impact was undeniable, representing the allure of the unknown. Suzanne Summers would later rise to fame in the 70s and 80s as a television star, most notably known for her role as Chrissy Snow on the sitcom Three's Company. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 76.